Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with Brecher Trading. Just wanted to do a quick video. As you know, our site is in development. It should be ready in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, I thought I'd shoot to to our subscribers, shoot some videos. And right now, I wanted to do one on the Brecher Ledges in Bitcoin. Got to tell you, I told a lot of my friends, I'm like, holy cow, look at these ledges in Bitcoin. And they're like, do you really want to stick your neck out in Bitcoin? And I'm like, number one, they're ledges. Number two, they're there, and I have to trust myself, and it gives me a pretty darn good reputation when I call them before they happen. So just to let you know, we have Brecher Trading coming. It's not really, the web page isn't really ready. So when you go to Chris at Brecher Trading, shoot me an email, and I'll put you on the email list to send you the videos before anybody else gets them. Let me just show you, though. This is Brecher Trading. Now, a lot of this text, the reason I have it blurry is on purpose. We're re-editing some of it. My brother was a front page editor for the Wall Street Journal. Figured it's better if he edits it than me. The other thing is, down here, it's not going to be silver and gold. It's going to be basic and premium. And it's going to be like light green and dark green, like I figured, sort of color of money. It's got to help. But the idea in that is that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be the things you're used to from me, the morning ideas, a lot of charts in the morning, real-time chat room. I'll probably be on it twice a day. Forum. I can't just answer market direction questions in email. It has to be either on the live chat or in the forum. The forum's going to be really active. We're going to have videos, nightly videos, and swing trade videos. That's why I didn't just say nightly videos. Nightly videos similar to this, but a lot more in depth than what you're hearing now. In swing trade videos, every weekend I'm going to do one more long-term trading, because everybody thinks I'm just a day trader, but I have a lot of good long-term ideas also. Learning Center is going to be all the stuff you're used to. ATR trailing stop, MACD, how to use the stock to its sentiment table, and so on. And then special events over here, I'm going to do things like a Wednesday night Ask Me Anything for people that can't be on the chat all day or just aren't in front of a computer all day, that you'd finally be able to have some kind of interaction with me. So, you know, I hope you like that. The next page is going to turn black. I'm not perfect with PowerPoint. And now we get into the nitty-gritty in here. Now, the first thing I want to tell you, though, was the overall market. I promised some of my email subscribers that I'd talk about the overall market first. The reason I don't like talking about the overall market right now is no matter how bad you might think divergences are, or that you break down like on the sextant right here and the middle top sextant right here, is that it's the holiday period. It's uncanny on how when it's in the holiday period, that no matter how bad something looks, it has this miraculously pop like you see here. That's from experience that I know that, because you would have thought that's a Brecher ledge, but it never broke, number one. But number two, I just find it real dubious prior to Christmas. After Christmas is another story. But the idea in here is the ESs have been straight up. Now, you might ask, I thought you were going to go talk about Bitcoin, but I want to show you a big old lesson here. Here's the ESs. Everybody tried to short on the way up because they're afraid of missing the way down. This is basically 300 points on the ES since July. What you have to understand is the transition when you finally get from this to breaking under here, there's going to be more than enough chances to make on the downside. Now, I'll go in the overall market in a minute, but I just want to show you what you're going to be looking for once it turns. How many people wanted to short GBTC on the way up? This is the ETF or some kind of iteration of Bitcoin before you could trade Bitcoin futures. The idea is everybody said it can't keep going up, can't keep going up. Then it finally broke the ATR trailing stop, and that was it. It's gone straight down ever since. Moral of the story, you don't have to pick the exact top. In fact, a lot of times what you get is a break, just like here, a test of the high under the ATR trailing stop, like you see here, and that's it. Now, you might say, but wouldn't you have gotten, I'm going to widen this out, wouldn't you have gotten stopped right here? Well, you already would have been out because it crossed over the ATR trailing stop here, and then you wiggle and you re-short here. Now, you might say, but I can't short GBTC. It's not the point. The point is charts are charts. They all act like the same. The idea is what you're seeing over here, this reversal, maybe you didn't hit the top, but my goodness, it's gone down 50% in a week. That's the moral of the story when we get back to the ESs in here. That once this has that transition from massive bull market to some uncertainty, you usually get this down here. You get where it has this little sell-off, goes back to attempt a new high, and then you sell every rally. In the meantime, when you get that, you have certain stocks that once they break are not going to go to a new high or test it. They're going to form little ledges all the way down. So just keep that in mind. That's what we're going to be looking for in here. No doubt about it. So the idea is that ESs and Bitcoin very similar in that they had these parabolic moves. Now, the thing that was exciting about Bitcoin, it was sticking my neck out prior to it getting nailed. Now, one thing you're going to notice, it's not a coincidence that when you finally could short Bitcoin, and this is the Bitcoin, the big product to me that's more reliable, the one on the Merc. The idea in here is the second that wouldn't go up, the second you could short it, you just have had candles every day. But this is what I loved. And, I posted on this. I'm going to go put this on a 30-minute chart on the upper quadrant. I posted about this Brecher Ledge. You have to understand when it's a relatively thin product. See all those little dots and dashes like Morse code? What happens is you overshoot a little, but as you see on the hourly, it was lousy the whole way down. So you had a Brecher Ledge here. I posted about that Brecher Ledge. Now you might ask, where is that? Right there. And that measured, I posted on StockTwits that ledge actually, that one measured to under 15,000. And it worked. Now we're at 14.8. A lot of people doubted me on that one, but it worked pretty darn good. All about symmetry. And not the symmetry you've heard other places. It's just about a symmetrical chart pattern. From there to there. From there to there. And that's it. It worked. It's really exciting when things work that well, especially when you post them before they happen. So those were the ledge trades I saw in Bitcoin in there. Are there other stocks that have ledge trades? Well, let me show you something. I'm not saying it's going to happen because we're in holiday period. But a lot of people wanted me to show the SPX. And as you see in here, I'm telling you, if you're going to trade the SPX, when the daily chart still looks pretty darn good, you don't know. But if you want to go and short this, right in this area, just put your stop right there. So, short it here, put your stop here, or up here. But at least you have a point of reference of where you put your stop. But don't think you have to trade the SPX. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the SPX. You're not exactly sure which way it's going to go. Contrast that to the QQQ. See anything in here that might look a little interesting to me? You guessed it. That could be some kind of bear flag right here. Like I said, if this wasn't holiday, I'd be jumping all over this. But I'm have to be real careful because of the time of year it is. The other thing is we're back above the ATR trailing stop. So I'm probably not going to play it tomorrow. If, and this is a big if, I was even thinking of playing the QQQ, I'd rather find stocks within the NASDAQ that are a little better discernible ledges. What do I mean by that? Go look at Google. Now, I haven't shown specific trades before, but I'll show it here. That is a ledge. Now, the problem with Google, here we go again. We're at this time of year. But if I had to choose between shorting the QQQ or shorting Google, I'm going to be shorting Google. So definitely those are the ledges that are starting to present themselves in there. Are there other ones? Well, let's look at Amazon. Not really. Not the same kind of ledge. You need to be picky. And the other thing is about Amazon, and this is always dangerous, you have a stock that is right against massive support. Now, you might say, well, doesn't Google have massive support? Not really. As you see, it's about 11 points. This isn't a big ledge, but it could be one that you could do a little lower neutral spread, betting on a little break, and it's stopping right here. I mean, there are some pretty cheap put butterflies for next week around there. So that's just something you could look through on that. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is SPY, QQQ, Bitcoin. That's really a pretty good mix right there. But one thing for my subscribers, I promise one last look at the SPY. This is what I'm going to be watching. Right there. Is that a wedge? A rising wedge? It could be. I think the key is going to be this. I'm going to put them up next to each other so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Let me get where I have two charts up here so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm sorry, some of my charts on the right have cut off, so I'm sorry about that on here. And I'm going to move this over, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. But the idea in here is this. SPY on the left, QQQ on the right. And I'm going to go put this on a 2-hour chart on both of them because I think it's pretty interesting to see the divergence. Right there. The idea is the one on the right technically looks worse than the one on the left. If QQQ has another leg down and breaks that 157 level and that goes to test right here, that's like this breaking here, getting down to this level. Just make it easy. Tuesday. That's it. Go and double check the date because sometimes I have the scale wrong. That was 11/28. That's right here. Sorry, right there. 11/28. 11/28. If this breaks here, because I always think the QQQ leads the SPY. If this breaks, then this on the left could break that bear wedge and go right down to here. And that's what I'm going to be watching after Christmas, not tomorrow. So I hope this makes sense for everyone. Like I said, I'm still getting all my charts all scaled right. As you see on here, I don't have it exactly right on the video of how OBS Studio is using it. And I'll be working with that every day and modifying it and making it better and better. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Probably a little longer than you're used to, but I'm going to try to stay in the swing of things and keep showing you videos as much as I can. Thanks again for listening. Talk to you later.